All right. Lurker. Hello, Hellabass. Let me guess. Meeting in 5 minutes? Will you be having a consultation in 3 minutes? The hell is this? Just finished a hockey game. Who won? You know, we used to have hockey in Mobile, Alabama. Amateur hockey. I went to a lot of games, actually. I was into hockey. On the shores of Lake Superior. That's pretty sweet. Bad guys won. Not good. Not good. Hello, Brian. Yeah, we had a hockey team. Loved watching hockey. Still don't know the rules. Couldn't play hockey. We played street hockey and fruit boot hockey, but besides that, still didn't know the rules. We'd just skate around in the driveway, and we had this little goal, and we'd like hit our street hockey balls in the net. But like I said, no rules necessary. But I guess because we were in Mobile and we had a hockey team, they were called the Mystics, which is a great name, and all their branding was awesome. I still have a jersey. Apparently, it's worth like $300 because there's people that collect these like weird AAA jerseys, and that one's kind of rare. And I have a game, like a game. I don't know if it was worn, but it's like one it's like a real deal one, and apparently it's valuable. Should wear it one day. It's pretty sweet. It's got a big dragon on it with 2 crossed hockey sticks. The Mystics, they sucked, but the good thing about the Mystics is what they lacked actual talent, they made up for in fighting ability. They must have been like the meanest dudes in hockey that sucked, which made it awesome because they very rarely scored any goals, but they'd beat the shit out of the other team. I don't think they ever lost a fight. Lost every game, never lost a fight. Floor hockey, what does that mean? Is that like shuffleboard for young people? You get old, young people call it floor hockey. Bobby, you were good with the old stick and puck. I can see had I grown up around hockey, I would have probably liked to have played hockey. It seemed like it was pretty fun. Broom ball. I think we did play that in middle school or elementary school in the gym. Hockey without skates. You just run around, you have a regular stick. No, our hockey team wasn't that good. Hell, our baseball team wasn't that good. We've never had a good AAA team. Used a small rubber ball, and it was a three-man. I noticed something about people who who show people numbers with their fingers. Is it a baseball thing to do this? Because it's always bugged me. Because I've always, if somebody said, "Hey, what's the number after 2? Show me with your fingers," I would do this. But then there's some people that do this. And I feel like it's a baseball thing. But I don't know. Whenever I see somebody do this, I don't know that I trust them. 6-man. It's a pretty big game. So this is like full court. Y'all weren't just dicking around in the dorm hallway. This was like full-fledged game. Played ice hockey year-round, was the captain of the high school team. No biggie. If I had behaved better, I probably could have played college. Well, hindsight's 50-50, Bobby. Played street hockey. Yeah, that's about all we did. We didn't even know what we were doing. We just run around with the sticks and the balls and shoot it. We kind of played it like basketball. We didn't know any rules. Kids from Alabama, we don't know hockey rules. So, but I like watching hockey. Actually, believe it or not, my favorite Super Nintendo game, still to this day, probably top 3 games of all time to me, was NHL 95. NHL 95, to me, could be one of the greatest sports games ever made. Give me another one. Floor hockey is legit in some places. Enjoyed that too. And roller hockey after high school. But it was mostly goons, just all fighting, so I quit. Yeah, that's the guys that couldn't actually play hockey. They just scrapped. I could have possibly painted the sexiest hot mustard I think I've ever seen in my life. I mean, these things are delectable. Nasty ass plate. When I tell you these things are sexy, they don't look that great. But man, when your eye focuses on these things in real life, they are something else. Yeah, I don't usually do this brownie color, but I was feeling brown. I even went the extra mile, and it won't focus. I masked off Builder Dude's lip slot. How about that? How about that? So all you hot mustard guys, you're finally getting a hot mustard. And you know what else I'm going to do? So this is an interesting, I don't know, it's not that interesting, but it's kind of interesting to me. So let's see here. All right. So I got sent some WECs, as some people refer to them, or WECs, or Zoom, or whatever you want to call them. But this is make sure I get the bait right. It's a Z1. These are oldies. So This one is from 2004 Z1. 2004 Z1, new in the pack, just as Ed left it. Might have been the last guy to ever touch this bait. So, if you notice something about this, take a nice look at the dot. Okay, it's a little hazy because he sprayed it with an airbrush. You don't see that a lot. I do that. But that bait is from 2004. So if you go to 2005, this bait is dotted with a drill bit. No overspray. So a year later, this one has a rattle in it. I'll be damned. I wonder if all these have rattles. Maybe that's why it looks weird. Yeah, how about that? Hey, Bobby, do you know if all Z1 Zooms have rattles? Because these do, and they're a year apart. Maybe that was a standard feature on a Z1. Yo, Ralph, what's happening? Y'all would probably. I about shit the bed yesterday when I got this box in. So, feller messages me, and he says, "Hey, I got some crankbaits I need painted." I said, "Okay." He said, "I'll send you the colors I kind of want them to look like." I said, "All right." So I got some Zoom baits and maybe some wiggle warts. Okay. I get the box in the mail yesterday, crack the lid on it, and I look at the top layer of WECs, all new in the package. And I started counting them. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like 18 or 16. So, okay. And I peeked under the next layer of the stack. Same thing. Peeked under the third layer. I said, how many layers are in here? So I did a quick math, and I was like, that's about 50 brand new WECs. It's an expensive box. And honestly, I don't really like painting them. I'm such a big fan of Ed's paint work. It kind of hurts me to paint these. Don't really feel good about it because there's some that are damn beautiful. BBC, that's none of your damn business. So nosy. I know what you'll be doing. You'll be knocking on his door, driving over to his house. It is kind of like painting a 316. I don't like painting those either. They're beautiful. They need to be left alone. But I'll do it. Just don't. It's not my favorite thing. I like painting over ugly stuff. This, I really don't want to paint this one. IU E1. Man, this thing is gorgeous. Gorgeous. What? People don't pay me to not paint their crankbaits. So yeah. Did this too. Michael Bradley, what's happening? So I did this too. Come to find out, Spro in all their Little John DDs, all their crawls look like ass. And the guy sent me a picture of a rock crawler, and he said, "Can you make my rock crawler? Can you make this rock crawler color on my Little John?" Sure, send him to me. So he got the replica. When you get done with this one, you won't be able to tell it's not a damn Spro. So got the little orange on the tail. I mean, I made the stencil to look just like Spro's. So looks stock. It looks like what Spro should have done all along. They should have made their Little John crawls to look like that, the same as on the damn rock crawlers. Why not? Right? Why make them look stupid? I mean, this is a pretty shitty looking crawl design, but it's not terrible. But I wish I had one of the rock crawlers to put beside it, but just got a pic of Brendan's main squeeze by accident. Bobby, how do you get a picture of Brendan's lovely lady by accident? I gotta chop up damn eyes for this thing. Spro colors are awful. They could have the worst stock colors in history. It's possible. It's possible, guys. I think he did it to flex on me. Oh, whoops, sorry. Sorry, I forgot to send you. I sent you a picture of my gorgeous, wealthy girlfriend by accident. The colors are what makes me not buy them. I would agree, Jeremy. The colors and the eyes for me. I don't like the eyes. I could probably get past the eyes, but they're pretty horrific. Spro has nothing good going for it as far as colors go, except that one maybe they ripped off of AJ. That one's probably pretty decent, but Spro comes with Gammy, so they get my business. I tend to spray can my baits black anyway. There you go. That is a perk of the Spros. They do come with nice hooks. I'm on the tractor sending Bobby pics of paint he wants. Hit it by accident. BBC. Fill the eyes and paint them on. That would be nice. Just put a little Bondo in there, slick them off, make them disappear. The gentleman was very impressed with your bait selection. What kind of baits? Like his wall? Or did BBC hand pick a bait for someone? What's going on in the conversation? I'm lost. I don't like filling holes with epoxy because epoxy doesn't sand well. I prefer Bondo. The next question is single dot or triple dot on these things? I think the Brownies single dot will be fine. Put micro balloons. I don't want to put micro balloons in my epoxy BBC. I'll just use the product that was intended for the job. Time is at 4:49. I think 4X. Good. Is it more money for you to repaint something versus blank? I'm curious what you will repaint and not like home stock paint. I think repaint some other paint. No, I don't care. It doesn't matter. There's some things that are better than others. Like there's some things you can't paint. Well, there's some stuff that boogers up. Um, and I don't have a sandblaster. I need a sandblaster. I've got the compressor now to run one. I've just got to get the cabinet and and all that kind of stuff to spray. But there's certain baits like the matte finish Lucky Crafts. You can't paint over that goo. You got to strip it off, and then once you start stripping it off, it just gets messy if you're not if you don't have like a sandblaster. Um, so other baits, the large-eyed squid-looking Rapala DTs that have the big eye on the back. For whatever reason, those do not. Those like to wrinkle up. Depends on who's doing the chrome. Some manufacturers do good chrome, some do crappy chrome. But if it's crappy chrome, it usually comes off easy, so it's not that big a deal. But no, I can't think of anything. I'd rather paint over factory stuff than some dipshit, some other painter dude, because there are other painter dudes that use weird stuff, and I don't like messing with other painter dudes' trash. Because if you follow any of the lure painting groups, you'll realize that some of the stuff these guys put on stuff is not appropriate. Like what's the one I see a bunch of people use? There's so much like just like water soluble top coats that people use. Like you see people use like that what's that stuff that it's like Minwax poly something. See people put that on baits. There's a couple of lure coats that are more like a mid coat. You see people use those for top coats. Lots of really bad stuff. Have you repainted any baits with my paint on them? No. No. You don't really see durability to me with like painting unless it just falls off, I guess. But I mean, most stuff is good enough. It's all in the prep anyway, for the most part. Unless you do like I do and you paint in the summertime in the middle of the day and your clear coat dries so fast it doesn't even stick to your paint and then it falls off. Paint typically doesn't come off, but clear coat might. Hopefully I got that behind me. I always have some sort of something rear its ugly head. Trying different things when I shouldn't be trying different things. I get curious though. I get curious. I wonder how this stuff works, and I'll buy it, try it, and it'll be a disaster. I got an excuse. Your online fisherman group. That's funny. That is funny. Yes, that's us. Your online fishing group. That's what Amy said. She was like, it was like early on. She was like, I think it's weird that well, you have all these like online friends that you've never met. I don't think it's weird at all. I actually think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. Never change a successful formula. You're right, Burns. You're right. Curiosity gets me sometimes. Ever paint megabass baits? Yeah, I've painted a shit ton of megabass stuff. I've painted lots of megabass. A lot of 110s. It's probably the most of megabass stuff I've painted their jerk baits. I feel like it's their jerk baits and their top waters. Occasionally I've had some back when the S crank came out, I had people sending me S cranks to paint, but the S crank has kind of fallen off in popularity, I suppose. I'm on like a 3.5 contact. Oh, Bobby, you're funny. You know our names and putting a face with them could be. It definitely would. It definitely would. It's going to happen one of these days. I'm going to be wandering around some like Bassmaster Classic or something, and somebody's going to say, "Hey, painter dude." I say, "Oh shit, which one are you? Which one are you? Are you a disgruntled lurker, or are you somebody that I should know?" Don't share my lady on the interwebs. So many ice houses on Tonka. That's probably pretty cool to see. Letter BBC. The East Tennessee, yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about it. Hey, Tennessee Bassmaster, you know, are you in the know about the East Tennessee show? Because the same people that put that on have a Alabama show in Gadsden, I believe, and they canceled it this year. Like it was set. They had it set up and like had people ready to go, and like it was a thing. And then like not too long ago, they canceled it. What's up, AJ? I was talking about you earlier. We're talking about how shitty Spro's paint jobs are, except maybe with the exception of the one that they ripped off from you. BBC, its painting has gotten much better. Maybe it's his materials. Maybe since he's buying all the expensive shit, you can tell it's showing. Damn, I might need tweezers for this one. I might have to go to the damn optometrist or something. I can't see. I might have to go to the eyeball doctor. Boat show and fishing in a couple weeks. Gator, you usually you attend those? Do you go to the fishing shows? Are they pretty good? Pretty fun? Those tweezers work good. I'll just tweeze these things. Oh, but what I was talking about with the zooms, the 2004 to 2005, where he went from spraying to dotting, it inspired me that I'm gonna dot the dots because they look so bold and clean. Hella has met a couple campers in the last. I remember hearing stories. Hella, did they call you? Did they call you Rich or did they call you Hella? I like Hella. I couldn't. Uh, I just see you as Hella. I don't see you as Rich. You ever have anybody call you Dick? As a child growing up? God, this one's really on there. You know, my mother wanted to name me Rich. She wanted to name me Richard and call me Rich of all names, believe it or not. I don't know that I would be here in the same place talking to you right now had my name been Richard. I think your name plays a vital role in your personality and like the person you become. And I really believe that I would not be where I am right now had I been rich. Maybe in some form of fashion. He used to call me Rich in these chats until we had to switch. Oh yeah, there's too many riches. Too many riches. Got little rich, big rich, hella rich. I can't see hella rich being called Dick or Dicky. No. I mean I can, but somebody being rude. Uh Damn, that classic's coming up quick, isn't it? It'll be in a couple months. Hmm. Is anybody going to that? The Fort Worth Classic? It's creeping up on us. It happens every year to me. Like you just wake up and then the classic's in a week. Bobby Balsa. What a good name. What a good name, Bobby. That was like uh that was like my alias back in the day on Bass Fishing homepage used to be Johnny Haircut. If it was still around the Bass Fishing homepage, you'd probably go back and find some Johnny Haircut posts. Peace Fisherman Group, keep it 9,002 to 1. Everybody, have a joyous hog cranking session tonight. Have your driver's license by then. Be a good place to take a cruise to. Uh, Bobby Balsa. I mean, you couldn't. I mean, that's money, dude. That's a good name. Uh, all my exes live in Texas. I don't have any exes in Texas. There's some good names. I know, Jeremy, the NPFL is going to be great. I'm excited about it. They got some studs over there. They got a good mix of up and comers and vets, shallow water vets that'll make things very interesting. I told you I was most excited about Daryl Robertson. He's going to be awesome to watch. He's going to be awesome to watch, even though he might not, because he's old, he might not do anything. Amy is not from Texas. Her mother is from Pittsburgh, and her father is from West Virginia. But she was born in Alabama. My family's all from Mississippi and moved here. Mom was from Mississippi. Dad lived in Mississippi. Went to school in Mississippi. That's where they met. They met in college in Hattiesburg. More fun with the Minner. It's because the bank's hard work. Got to figure out those invisible fish. They're there, hiding, waiting to have the code cracked. I was thinking about it though when I was fishing with my buddy. It makes you feel dumb when you have live scope on your boat and you're just fishing and you're like just going down the bank fishing blind. It makes you feel stupid because you're like, I'm just pitching at nothing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could be looking for actual stuff to throw at. Still bite the big old jig. That's right. What color eyes? This is really troubling me. Yellow? Silver. Triple dotted silver. Oh, it's 503. What part of Mississippi? My mom was from Collins, and my dad was from Shabuda. Shabuda. Might have to stare at these for a little while. Might have to stare at these to pick my colors. Has anybody come out with a new jig color in a while that's like taken off? You know what I mean? Like, used to, there would be like a jig color that would pop up and it would be popular for a little while. You had that brown one with the green tinsel that got popular. Football head, and then you had PB&J years back got popular. And then silver, red, black. Ooh. Mindy Magic. Is it taking off like wildfire, AJ? Can you not time fast enough? War Eagle made a color that was called like pond scum or something. That was a badass color. It worked real good. Someone managed to sell me a pink jig at the Bassmaster Classic 2 years ago. Swim jig or bottom jig? Pink swim jig works. What was their pitch? How'd they sell you on pink? Sounds like you didn't want to buy it, but they made you buy it. Their pitch was so good. Hmm. I think we're just going to do gold eyes on everything. Ice fishing. See that maybe? Never done it though. Never ice fish myself. Looks fun. That looks nice. Amy's calling me. Hello. Talking to the campers, dotting I's. I don't know. Is it just going to be me, you, and the baby, or is huh? Okay. What? Okay. Okay. But what's for dinner? She says. We gotta go pick the bean up at my mom's house. And the baby. I was wondering if they had eaten over there. I bought a bunch of normal jigs from them, and they gave me 60% off. It was a finesse jig they made for bait fishing. I can see that. I've never. I mean, I guess yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think about pink jigs, like as a. I guess somebody's got to sell them. You know what I mean? It's probably not a hot seller. Guys just looking for a bed fishing jig. Shepherd's pie. Good call. With actual lamb, like you doing legit shepherd's pie. Rich, what's up? The other Rich is here. It's cool to pull a tank through the ice, but I could do that for the rest of my life. Yeah, because you can't crank underwater. Deer. Hunter's pie. It's a good name. Bambi pie. AJ, you done painting rock crawlers yet? You sick of those damn things? Friday night is Chipotle night because you don't cook on Fridays. That doesn't sound too terrible. I couldn't tell you the last time I ate at Chipotle though. Time for team dinner. Does that mean pizza? What does that mean, Hella? Painted other stuff today. How did that feel? Rejuvenating? Did it make you feel alive? Chipotle is your absolute favorite. I don't even know where Chipotle is. New primer that smells like mothballs. Interesting. I don't know why that would be. I don't know what's in it that smells like mothballs. Are you going against the grain trying a new product? We were talking about that earlier. That hasn't typically ended well for me because I get curious and I'm like, oh, I want to try this stuff. And then I try it and have some sort of terrible failure. I might triple dot those. It hits the spot if you want a lot of food that tastes pretty damn good. Maybe I have to give Chipotle another try one of these days. I went somewhere not too long ago. Or was it? I splurged. Almost never buy the same thing twice. I'm always trying new stuff. There you go. Yeah, it's hard. Like I was saying, AJ, it's something. My curiosity just gets the best of me. I'm always painting new stuff, trying new materials. I'm just curious by nature. I want to see what else is out there. Get curious. We eat the same food all the time, but I like trying new food. We were talking about that a couple days ago when Amy and I were down in Mexico. We tried crickets. They recommended we eat crickets in our guacamole, and they had them on the side. And I popped one in. Tasted like a cricket. Didn't really add anything. I thought it was pretty dumb. So somebody tries to sell you on adding crickets to your guacamole in Mexico, don't feel like you're being adventurous and it's supposed to taste good or add any kind of flavor, because it doesn't. Once you mix it in with all the other shit, you'd never know a cricket was in there. And I ate one by itself, and like I said, it tastes like a damn bug. Crunch wrap. Yeah, I mean, I guess it added a little bit of crunch, but no more than like a raw onion. You know what I mean? That's already in there. So I could think of some other stuff to add in there to add crunch. Not like, do like those little fried onion things. Those would be crunchy. Doesn't have to be a damn bug. I don't know. I won't be asking for cricket croutons on my salad anytime soon. Man, these are sexy. Chips are the crunch, yeah. Good point, Burns. I feel really stupid now thinking about crunch when you're putting it on a potato chip. It's about as crunchy as you can get. These are going to catch them. Fried jalapeno, yeah, that'd be good. That'd add some crunch. Kyle, what the hell are you doing in Colorado? Are you really skiing? Remember you said that, but I thought you were joking. I thought you were kidding us. Not potato chips, tortilla chips, bro. What else you eat guac on? Besides, like, on your burrito at Chipotle. We talking tortilla chips, bro. I need to figure out what that brand is. There's this brand down here, and they're like seasoned tortilla chips, and they come in a kind of a purple and tan bag. Those things are crack, dude. Ever try earthworms? No, I don't think I'm down for the. I don't think I'm down for eating an earthworm. Too slimy. Is eating minnows out of the minnow bucket the same as eating sardines? Pretty close. Pretty close. I don't mind sardines out of a can. I'd rather eat sardines out of a can than Vienna sausages. Vienna wieners make me a wee bit nauseous. I would much rather eat a sardine. Trying to think what else comes in a can. I've never had canned like oysters or any of those kind of gross shit. Avoid all meats in a can. Yeah, potted meat, not the best. Beanie weenies, they're pretty vile. Uh, but Vienna sausages really churn my stomach. Fried spam's good. AJ, you ever experiment with fried spam? I'm a fan of that. I haven't eaten it since college, but I can tolerate that. Spam for catfish? Come on, dude. Dude, this is going to be a really sexy little combination platter. Kharkov? What does that mean? With minnows when I went to Apple River with a bunch of friends. It's like a shot with a minnow stuck in the booze. I think the most exotic I ever got with shots was Flamin' Dr. Pepper. Canned oysters are good. So are the cottonseed oil ones that are in the cans like sardines. I've heard, like over in Europe, they have these real like bougie canned stuff that's like very high end and like not frowned upon. I think I saw Anthony Bourdain talking about it one day or eating it. We're talking about canned meat. BBC? Anything you'd like to add in the canned meat discussion? Probably horse. I remember there used to be a rumor going around that McDonald's hamburger meat was kangaroo. Is there any truth to that? Sean, you like potted ham? My grandmother used to make a cheese ball, like cream cheese, where you put all the stuff in it. She used to make one that had canned ham, and that was like, if you wanted to make that cheese ball, you had to add the canned ham to make it taste right, and it was delicious. So I do like canned ham for that. I probably wouldn't eat it on its own. Ooh, that's close. Living on the edge. AJ, you know off the top of your head what size eyes I'm gonna have to chop up to fit into these little Johns? Since you're the Spro expert, is the big one 8mm? What it looks like, maybe to me. Do we know? The Minnesota Spam is really popular. I've never tried 7 or 8s. Yeah, I figured as such. All right. All righty then. Deli ham is okay. Just too much salt in the Spam. Spam and eggs is tasty. Or oh yeah, I think we've talked about this before. Sean, if you're you like the Spam. They might not be a perfect half. Ooh. So I might not be able to save an eyeball. I might have to sacrifice one eyeball per slot. Stupid eyes. I really don't want to slice these up right now, but I'll do that tomorrow. Pretty cool though. Man, I actually, this is not an exact replica of Spro's crawl. I thought their crawl was a little uglier, so I changed up the bars on the back and made them a little more symmetrical and a little sexier. So I did what I could to keep in the same realm, but tweaked it a little bit. AJ, I don't have any big Megabass eyes. I only have 5s and 5s, I think. I might have a 6, but I don't think that'll help me in my endeavors here. Brandon, they would, but the person who sent me these didn't ask for my crawl marks. They didn't specifically ask for Spros either. They just sent me a picture of a Spro bait, and I thought, I'll just make it like that. Because here's why. Because when you start mixing up crawl marks, see how this one has this big oversprayed shell piece right there? Like that changes the look of the bait. And if I did mine without that, you don't have that dark spot on the front, so it doesn't give the same appearance. So I always try to match that. If I'm matching crawl marks, I always want to do something that's similar in how the original paint covers the body. I know, AJ, it's really amazing what technology can do. Now I just see something like that. And I'm like, oh, I'll just make that. I'll just make that. I'll just make it exact, which is kind of cool. It's kind of fun, actually. The original does not have blue glitter. Unfortunately, it's about as vanilla as you can get. It is green with this chartreusey bone belly and a little bit of fluorescent orange sprayed on the tail over the green, so it looks kind of muted. Beautiful wife is watching. Hello, Mrs. Lai. Unfortunately, I'm about to have to say goodbye to the Lies and everyone else. I'm going home. Going to get me some Chipotle. Just kidding. Friday date night. Oh, sorry, I'm about to cut this date short, Sean. Got to go wash my hair. Sean, make you a big plate of rice with some fried spam and an egg for me. Have a nice little spam dinner or breakfast tomorrow. Head cheese is good. It's disgusting, but it's good. You gotta get you a cracker, piece of cheese, and then some all the other parts of the pig coagulated together. What's up, Darius? How's the deer? Head cheese is gross, but it's not bad tasting. Exactly. The concept, like knowing how it's made and what's in it, is pretty gross. But and the name's also disgusting. Like if you want people to eat something, don't call it head cheese, because that just makes it sound like boogers, which is kind of the texture. But my buddy Keith, he likes it. He brought some over here. He's the connoisseur, so he knew what the good stuff was. He brought some over that he said was good, and it was good. I actually think I still have some in the freezer. Maybe I should thaw that out. Maybe we have a little camper strain with a little head cheese sampling. A bait question? Bobby. Where? What's your opinion on Moonglow? I like Moonglow. I think Moonglow's. I was actually planning on doing Moonglow on one of these like this Charlie-O. I was thinking about doing Moonglow on it. I like Moonglow. I mean, it's not. It doesn't chub me up like it chubs up some people because it's just, you know, two colors and square cut glitter. But I mean, if that gets you fired up, if that makes your pants tight, then cool. But not my. I'm not going to paint all my baits Moonglow, but I appreciate it on certain baits. I'm in favor of a head cheese sampling stream. Thanks, JP. I had to get my block of hook cheese and some crackers and a big jug of sweet tea and sit down and have a little head cheese with you boys. 35-year-old Snickers. I'll save those for Amy. Just got an old Craig Coleman globe. Been after one for a while. Full chub. Yeah, it's a nice color. I'd like to know. I'd like to know who created it. Like that part to me is cool. Like who's the brains behind Moonglow? BBC, why don't you call your buddy Terry and he can take about 3 years of his life and dig very deep into the creation of colors, fake colors. Where all these famous colors, what was the genesis of all these colors? Like, who created Rayburn Red? Bill Lewis? Some guy in his basement in East Texas? Who made Moonglow? Who was the first guy to make Table Rock Shad? Any of these like famous colors. And I'm sure a lot of them started in garages and not by large tackle manufacturers. But some of them obviously did. But I feel like back when these colors were coming out, like gaining popularity, a lot of them were non-production colors, stuff people were making. The guy who made Willys, who's he? Who is that man? We got to get to the bottom of this, Bobby. Who made all these colors? Coach Dog. Who started that? Tennessee Shad. Who made the first Tennessee Shad? That would be a cool Moonglow because the pattern looks kind of like the craters of the moon. Then you put glitter on top of foil. That's like double dipping. Billy Ezel. It's a shame that nobody did this like 20 years ago when all these old timers were still kicking around. You could ask them. They'd probably all get in a damn dick contest about who created what, who stole. I'm sure there's some good animosity amongst those old timers about getting ripped off and who started what. But all right, I'm going home. Fight would break out probably. Get Terry on that, BBC. Call Terry on the bat line, on the BBC bat line, and say, Terry, I got a project for you, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take some digging, maybe years, but we need it. BBC, convict ain't worth stealing. Dog got Alzheimer's and dementia from all the lead paint, probably. It would be neat. It would be neat to know. It would be neat to know. All right. I'm out of here, bros. Y'all have a good weekend. I'll check in. I'll be around. Maybe we'll dot the rest of these I's tomorrow and see if I can dig some head cheese out. But that shot me, do you see? Pretty dumb. Pretty dumb, Bobby. You'll be good. Stay warm. Adios.